BBC News Channel and on BBC News Online. We're back with the late news at 10:30. Now on BBC One, it's time for the news where you are. Bye for now.
Good evening. We start with the breaking news from Tadcaster. The main bridge through the centre of the town has collapsed. A severe flood warning is now in place as a result, with significant flooding expected. People in the area are being advised to evacuate immediately. Well, Lara Rostron is in York this evening. Lara, what's the latest?
Well, all eyes have been on the River Ouse in York for the past 48 hours, but tonight all eyes are on the River Wharfe in Tadcaster, some 10 miles away from us. That's where this ancient bridge, the main bridge into Tadcaster town, has collapsed. Fortunately, nobody was on it because the bridge had already been shut due to structural safety concerns. But just look at these amazing pictures that we've got. Just the moment that the bridge collapsed, you can see that the stone side of the structure gave way, with parts of it dropping into the powerful river below. The bridge, as I said, had been shut down due to structural safety fears, and luckily nobody has been hurt. But Teresa Turner, this lady, saw exactly what happened.
We all decided to rush out and then stood at the side of the bridge and basically watched it drop in. Just all fell out down, but then the smell of gas was just unbelievable.
So we've got emergency services there ready to make the area safe for people, but this is now causing a significant risk to flooding, and the Environment Agency have warned all people in the area of Tadcaster to evacuate their homes immediately. Such is the extent of the risk of this flooding.
Lara, thank you very much. Well, we'll have more on that developing story on the Late Look North at 10:45 tonight. The severe flood warnings have been lifted in York and water levels have receded, but hundreds of homeowners and businesses have been left counting the cost. Kathy Killick has this report.
Yesterday it was the water that dominated the view in York. Today it's largely back where it belongs, between the riverbanks. As it's receded, it's given business owners their first chance to assess the damage.
You don't realise what an effect water has when it comes into something like this. I mean, the smell is the major thing because it's foul water. You know, everything, even these, will all be contaminated. So even though we've saved them, we haven't saved them, and yeah, it's devastating.
As the clean-up starts in earnest, traders are anxious to get back in business and they want to see some customers. The council is still warning people to stay away for the next few days, potentially killing trade.
If people can get in, cycle or on foot or by the train, then we wouldn't say to those people don't come in. We're not saying now York is closed. We had that brief 2 days when we said it's closed. Now we're going back to normality, but it will be a while before things are normal.
The telephone exchange, marooned in its own moat yesterday, is operating much better now that the water's gone, and the army's worked all day to safeguard it tonight. While modern life returns, what of York's historic past? The Jorvik Centre's Vikings stand forlorn, knee-deep in floodwater, one of York's premier attractions flawed. And this is the precious undercroft of the Merchant Adventurers Hall. Its timbers have survived 600 years. Now rot will be a real threat.
The flood warning system is very good, so we were able to get most of the collections upstairs safely out into the dry. So it is just the fabric of the building that obviously has taken the brunt of the flooding.
But it's the fabric that's irreplaceable. York and its citizens will recover and move on, but not unscathed. The rivers have revealed their undeniable damage. Kathy Killick, BBC Look North, York.
Well, in West Yorkshire, communities have been rallying around to help clear out homes and businesses affected by the flooding. A fundraising appeal in Calderdale has already raised £115,000. James Vincent reports.
A climbing centre where you really do need to be a few feet off the ground. The water is gone, it's left mud, and the clean-up in Brickhouse is well underway. Well, this is the main climbing wall at Rock's Climbing Gym in Brickhouse. You can see the tide mark, which is actually above some of the handholds. And if you walk through here into the bouldering room, you can see the foam flooring that normally keeps climbers safe has been completely ripped up. They think they've lost £100,000 in this flood. 150 volunteers have been in to help out at the climbing centre, and it reopened at 10 o'clock this morning.
if ever you're going to have an emotional experience, that's one, just seeing people overwhelmingly come and support what you've tried to do.
Further up the Calder, something that won't be opening for a long while. Ellen Bridge, barges dumped in back gardens as the water receded and roads ripped up. They're working on it today, but it could be closed for months.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. And look, you've got a mop, that's amazing, so we're really needing mops.
They're coordinating volunteers on Kirkstall Road as the clean-up continues in Leeds. Local MP Rachel Reeves lent a hand today. She wants insurers and the government to do the same.
We have seen some of the insurance brokers and loss adjusters out here this morning, but we'll see over the next few weeks. The government have announced some money as well. Whether that's enough is yet to be seen.
But not everybody has been helping. There's been looting in parts of Calderdale. Police have drafted in local motorcycle clubs to help patrol the area. James Vincent, BBC Look North.
Paul is here with the weather. Paul.
Yeah, well, there's more rain on the way. The Met Office have got a warning in place for tomorrow. That's for Pennine parts of West and North Yorkshire, although the rainfall will not be on the scale that we had at the weekend. But nevertheless, it's a wet and windy one after a dry start in the east. Right now, it's fairly quiet out there. The wind, though, will strengthen from the south. That wind will bring some patchy rain north-eastwards. We'll see lowest temperatures yet again frost-free. Lows of 7 or 8 degrees. So a bit of patchy rain first thing, otherwise it's dry, especially in the east. But we watch this weather front, it's going to bring persistent and locally heavy rain in from the west, but it does move through. Towards the end of the afternoon, much of West and North Yorkshire is dry. A wet end to the day further south and to the east. We'll see top afternoon temperatures at 12 degrees Celsius. The wind eventually will ease. Something better New Year's Eve. Sunny spells with a few scattered showers, and fingers crossed. We've not seen a dry symbol for a while, but New Year's Day may well be fine. That's the forecast.
Let's hope so. We'll have more from Tadcaster at 10:45, but for now, bye-bye.